I'm out of breath. Welcome back to Dumb and Broke. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Chelsea.
And, you know, all things come to an end, and this season is coming to an end.
It is.
So I think we said we were going to do a handful more a few weeks ago, but I guess we are doing a handful more.
Yeah.
By a handful, I mean 2. So next week's episode will be the last of the season. I think it's just time for a rebrand, honestly. I feel like, you know, the podcast itself has improved, but I feel like it's been kind of like the same format. Mm-hmm. Something needs to change.
Okay. We're going to spice it up.
How do you feel? Like,
I agree.
I just like, okay, something pissed me off this week, actually. I take these tennis classes, and one of my instructors, really, really cool guy. He's actually a comedian, and he told me he started a podcast, and he told me that a couple weeks ago.
So the podcast is like a comedy?
Yeah, it's like
okay.
2 straight guys.
Of course.
And he told me that a few weeks ago, and then when I saw him this past week, I was like, "How's the podcast going?" And he was like, "Oh, we just posted like the first like clip on TikTok, and it got 500,000 views." And you know, like, I really want to be happy for people, and I am, but like, I'm equally pissed off because it's like,
is he hot?
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy, but it's like, we've been doing this for a long time. I don't think we've gotten like, what's the most views we've gotten on a clip? A few thousand.
Yeah.
And I don't know. What do we fucking do?
I'm like, in my head, I'm like, are we not hot enough? That I can't go down that. I can't go down that.
Is it because we're not hot?
No, I'd rather stay delusional. Rather stay delusional. We're just undiscovered. The rest is still unwritten.
I think it's just like it really is luck. I think like it's all about the algorithm and luck, because especially like recently, I've been seeing a lot of there's so many podcasts out there. So like, what's that phrase? It's a
dime a dozen.
Yeah. There's so many out there, and a lot of them are very much alike. So, and ours is probably very similar to a lot of podcasts out there where we kind of just like talk shit. But like some of the podcasts that I see that have like big followings, and they grew organically, or I mean, like, by organically, I mean, it's not like they were like famous before. Mm-hmm. Maybe they put a lot of money behind everything, and maybe that's what we're doing. Maybe we need to like pay
dollars.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. But I don't know where I was going with that, but oh yeah, I know where I was going with that. The content isn't that great, is what I'm saying. Is like, I see these like podcasts and what they put out, and I'm like, how did you make it? I sound like a fucking hater, I know, but that's only because I'm hating.
That's only because that's exactly what's happening right now.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I get it. And you also see these personalities that you're just like, you're a terrible person. Mm-hmm. And people love you for it. Yeah. And I want to be a terrible person. Yeah. I want people to love me for that. Should we just be worse? I think
I don't know. Like, I guess so. Like, do we have to? We do controversial opinions. Do we need to be like super controversial? I mean, I don't know. What do you guys want from us?
I saw a meme this week at some point that was talking about, it's like, you're when you feel like such a C word, and you're just like, why did I abbreviate that?
That's funny that you say that. I have a story after yours.
Okay, great. But when you feel like, because you lay down one boundary or say like one controversial thing, and that's how I feel. Yeah. I'm like, wow, people think, and for 2 minutes I'm high on it. I'm like, you're such a bad bitch.
I know.
And I feel like so tough. And then I'm laying in bed at night and I'm just like, everyone hates you because you're mean.
I know. I feel like I have some like really good hot takes, and like then we post them and it's like, hello, did you not hear me? You know? And it's not that they didn't hear me. It's that it's not getting to them, you know? But I don't know. I'm like, but you said the C word. And I mean, I say cunt all the time. That's the word that you're saying, right? Yeah. I was at a Christmas party the other day, and it was mostly gay guys, but there was a few women there. And one of the ladies that was there, I say lady, she was younger than me, was explaining how she doesn't like that word, and it makes her very uncomfortable. And I was like, shut up, cunt. No, but like, I just think it's funny. I guess she says she's not used to it, and I was like, you must not hang around gay men that often. Is this like the one time a year you're hanging around?
Right, it's a term of endearment.
Yeah, I mean, I get it too, because there was a time where that word was like the worst thing that you could possibly say. Like,
yeah,
there's
until the gays took it over.
Yeah, like we do, you know. And it is a term of endearment. I mean, in the drag scene, it's like the more cunt you are means like the more feminine you are, and it's like. And it's funny because like the way that gays and girls use it is it's so empowering. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so cunt, like I'm so female, like where back in the day it was used for the exact opposite effect. Like, you're a cunt, you're such a woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. I didn't want to explain that to her, but because like, who am I to explain to a woman? Like,
you're like, actually, the fact that I'm calling you that as a term of endearment is feminism.
Right. And it is.
It is.
It really is. So I don't know. But what else? What's going on?
What is going on? What is going on?
This has been a weird week in the news.
Wow. We're going to talk about the United
Healthcare
CEO murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, my maybe controversial opinion, but you guys are wild with all the memes. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm laughing my fucking ass off. But like, when did we get to this place where we're like celebrating murder?
Can I just like retort that with something that we have been talking about? And my controversial opinion is it's because he's hot. We are so obsessed with hot people.
Right.
We are so obsessed with hot people. If he was not hot, if he was this like chubby, average looking man, nobody would care.
Right.
He'd get not a lot of coverage.
If we did,
if anything, the CEO would probably get more like, oh my gosh, that's so sad kind of thing. Same with the Menendez brothers. The reason they're getting so much notoriety, yeah, it is a crazy story, but crazy stories happen all the time.
Yeah.
They're hot.
Yeah.
They're hot, rich, and it's a crazy story. This guy was hot, rich, and it's a crazy story.
Yeah, it's true. It's a recipe. It's like a bunch of things, and like, listen, I'm like the reasoning for everything. Like, I get it, but like, I don't know. I'm more commenting on the reaction, and so are you. The reaction of people from it, like, you know, people do things for their own reasons. I will say, like, I don't like condone murder, but like, I am.
But some people are out here condoning murder,
and that is actually what I'm commenting on. Is like, you guys are fucking wild. I'm low key here for it, but I'm also like,
it's just like to have the balls to say that, to have the cunt to say that publicly, and say it with your chest.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh,
I know. It's like I wouldn't. So like, I'm not reposting things like that. Like,
no way.
I'm, you know, chuckling at some things, but like
sending them to my friends.
Yeah. It kind of brings me back to like, remember the submarine thing that happened like a year or so ago?
Yeah.
You know how like everyone was just like, everyone's laughing at it. We're laughing.
Billionaire said.
Right? We're laughing at it. But at the end of the day, like, people were killed, like, you know, and that part is not the funny part. You know what I mean? And what I'm laughing at is like the funny memes of what happened. Not necessarily, I'm not laughing that someone got murdered. I do think people are laughing at that though. And that's like something that like
kind of crazy.
It is kind of crazy. And like, maybe our podcast pops off for the wrong reasons now because everyone's going to hate us.
That's fine. You can hate me.
Yeah.
I'll cry about it, but like.
Yeah. And look, the healthcare system in the United States is so fucked up. I have UnitedHealthcare, and like, I got blood work done earlier in the year, and I've had health insurance for a long time. I've never had to pay for blood work. I got back a bill for hundreds of dollars for my blood work, and like I have the best healthcare that I've ever had in my life too. Like I'm paying more for my healthcare than I've ever had before. So it is fucked up. So I can't imagine like someone who has like serious health problems who is going to the hospital or seeing doctors like on a regular basis, what their bills must look like, especially under UnitedHealthcare. So like, I'm not downplaying that part at all.
I will say some change has come of it. There was one of the insurance companies that was deciding to only cover anesthesia for a certain number of hours. And if you went over the hours, it wasn't covered anymore. It's like, how do you do that? And people were freaking out about it before this happened. And then they went against it after this happened. Cause it's like, and all of them are taking their CEOs out. Like
that
insurance companies are scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the NYPD putting out all of the information that's just like, we need to be on high alert, yada, yada. And then seeing the videos, they're like, I don't need to be on high alert.
One of my favorite
I'm so good.
One of my favorite comments is, who's the CEO of Ticketmaster? That is so like that. I love the internet for that reason. Because like, but then I'm like, let's not amplify that too much because I don't know. There are people out there that will just
go crazy.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So.
There was one of the ones that I saw that made me laugh was. It was like, I want to be so fit and so hot that if I murdered somebody, they're putting a picture of my abs on the internet.
Seriously. Oh my God. There's been so much lore behind it too that like he's gay. Like the gays are going crazy for him.
My client, my 62-year-old client today was telling me that he thought he might be gay.
Yeah. There's this whole like, there's like this video going around of a guy that looks like him kissing another guy. There's no like proof that it's actually him. I don't know. There's some photos that like I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know. Anyways, the internet is a wild fucking place. And
they have run rampant with this story.
And the healthcare system is even a crazier place. It's really.
And you just stick those crazy things together.
Yeah, it is.
And it's going to blow up.
Yeah. Just the last thing on like the healthcare system is just, it's really one of the only like systems where you kind of pay for the service afterwards and you don't even know what you're paying for. Like you go to the hospital and most people go to not most people, a lot of people go to the hospital because they don't have health insurance and like hospitals have to take you, but you don't know what you're paying at all. Like
you can't even call and get a quote.
No, not at all. And a lot of people end up, going into debt because of hospital bills. And that is so fucking wild to me. And like, that just doesn't exist in other places. In most places.
Right.
And I don't know. We need
another meme that I saw was that the British were looking at Americans fixing their healthcare crisis with guns.
Oh my God.
Like
that's what I was going to say. And I'm sorry, Trump is not going to fix that because Trump doesn't give a fuck. So that's another fuck you to all of you who voted for him. Yeah. I'm not mad. Let me just drink a little bit of water.
Totally crushes the can as I come
But
up.
like, I do think like a huge miss in the election was like, I feel like we stopped talking about like guns and gun control. Like it was addressed, but I feel like the biggest topics this election season were
abortion,
immigration, and trans rights.
Yeah, the economy, I guess.
And the economy. But I feel like, and okay, here's a controversial opinion, mine coming early. I don't give a fuck about immigration. Like, I don't care. I don't care that there are illegal people here, like at all.
But like, here's the thing, and maybe this is a hot take. You do what he says. You're gonna rally them all up. Send them out. Who's going to do the work for cheap?
Right.
That they're currently doing, that they're working their asses off for bottom dollar.
And
how are your buildings going to get built?
And most of them are paying taxes. Like they're contributing a lot
to
the economy. It's just like,
and they're not asking for rights,
right?
You know?
Well, that's the problem. Is there's this narrative that they're like getting so much like freebies from the government, which is not true. There are some support for illegal immigrants, and most of those are, you get it for like a year, but you can't get like food stamps without a social security number.
You can't get a job without a work visa.
Right. Like there's no freebies. There are ways around that. You can get like a fake social security number, but guess who's making those? Americans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. I think someone told all this group of stupid fucking idiots that this is a big problem when it's not. Because like, if you're listening to this as one of those fucking idiots and you really think that that's a problem, please go inside your stupid little brain and think, do I know any illegal immigrants? And I'm sure the answer is probably no. But if the answer is yes, are they bad people? Are they hardworking people? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's just so stupid. It's so stupid. I don't give a fuck about it. And I can't believe that was like such a focal point of the election, actually. More so than guns.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Anyhow, this is a fun podcast.
Should we get a little lighter?
Yes.
You want to get a little lighter?
Yeah.
When did you stop believing in Santa?
I can't believe you would ask the Jew that. I never believed in Santa, bitch.
You know, this is just a result of my upbringing, just because everyone that I grew up with in my small town bubble believed in Santa, that I am like, no, everyone believes in Santa. What do you mean?
I don't think
everyone had Santa.
Obviously, I knew the concept of Santa and Christmas is a thing where I grew up, but I don't think I ever believed in Santa. Because like,
yeah, me neither.
To me, I don't know. I think I was just like, I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I think I was a really wise kid. Actually, I'm not tooting my horn at all. I think I just like saw shit that I shouldn't have seen. Like as a 5-6-year-old, like just being around a lot of drugs, honestly. Like I think I grew up really quick, and that probably has a lot to do with the fact that like, yeah, that shit just... it just like skips for me, you know?
Oh.
But also I didn't have like we didn't celebrate Christmas. So it's not like anyone was like, Santa's coming to get, wait.
Santa's coming to get you. Honestly, if my dad woke me up and said, Santa's coming to get you, I'd pack my bag and I'd be ready to roll.
I meant like Santa's
Pick
coming.
me up.
I meant like, yeah, no one was like saying that to me. So it wasn't like it wasn't in my house, at least.
Oh yeah. It was ingrained.
Yeah.
Deep. Well, there was one year in particular that my dad put a piece of a stocking in our fireplace and then put like little white footprints around, like Santa lost a piece of his pants going up the chimney, and that was enough for me.
Oh my God.
I was locked in, sold. Kids would tell me, oh, Santa's not real. I'd be like, I know who's good and who's not.
Yeah.
So I believed probably until I was like 12.
That's really cute. That's really like wholesome. Yeah.
Not naive at all.
You had a good childhood. Like you should. Like it should have been like that, you know? We didn't have those things. Like we didn't have any like decorations. We didn't do any of that shit. So we did some Hanukkah stuff. It was just like a dinner at my family's house. But
I'm gonna dress up as Santa and come to your house.
I have dressed up as Santa once. Don't do that, actually. Please don't fucking do that. If I see you climbing out my fucking window,
I see you screaming in your bathroom, and I just want to.
you get punched right in the face, honestly.
That would be funny.
All right, I have some more controversial opinions.
I'm ready. Fire off.
I have 3 like stupid ones and 1 like kind of serious one. Which one do you want?
Let's hit me with a stupid one.
A stupid one? Okay. Subway is low-key good.
Wait, Subway sandwiches?
Mm-hmm.
You had me. I was thinking of like
The train station.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've Uber Eats Subway before, so
Me too.
I'm not against it.
Many a times, actually.
And when I go home, my little sister, there's like 2 spots to eat, and it's Subway or Sonic. Not hating on either of them.
Right.
And I will eat both.
I think Subway is kind of like I feel like Subway gets a lot of hate. Like anytime you bring it up, people are like, ew. And I feel like Subway kind of gets like the Nickelback treatment. Like,
Well, Jared didn't do good things for Subway.
oh, right. Oh,
Yeah.
Do you think that was the downfall of Subway?
I mean, he was like the face of Subway for a really long time.
He did like child
Yeah.
molestation.
Yeah.
Ooh. But
Not that
we're
I
not,
think
we're not
people really care about that as much as they just like care about the sandwiches.
don't like it. But I think the problem is people think they're too good or they're better.
Well, I think for a while they like made it out to be like this really healthy place, and then people were like, "Oh, not
You
really."
remember those commercials of people like holding their pants like they were
It was Jared.
oh
Yeah,
I lost 50 pounds eating Subway, and he was just
Yeah.
like holding probably a pair of pants that he does not own.
yeah. They're just like, "Hey, here's these pair of pants. Step into them."
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
That's ingrained in my head.
false advertising.
Yeah, but anyways, I think Subway's good, and I don't care what you have to say about it. Not you, I mean you.
I like Subway.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not that controversial in this.
Yeah, I'm also
room.
just a huge sandwich girl.
Yeah, I
love.
love a sandwich too. That's a very American thing that I've learned over the last couple of years. That
Interesting.
like my go-to lunch is a sandwich. I want a sandwich. I want some potato chips, and yeah,
Stick anything in between bread, hot dog, sandwich,
Anything.
burger, anything.
and it's going in my mouth.
And it's going in my mouth. It's going in my mouth or in a tortilla.
Yeah, any sort of carb.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess on that note, I have another one. Parmesan cheese in a plastic bottle. Fire.
In a plastic bottle?
You know, like
Oh, yeah.
I feel like a lot of people are like, no, I want the real shit. That's real as fuck to me. I will drown my pasta in that shit. I love
What's not real about it?
it's like processed. It's not like people want like freshly shaved. Yeah, thank you. But I hear it all the time.
Literally grow up.
Like you make pasta and you pull that out and they're like, oh, I get that a lot.
That's crazy.
To me, it's so good. Sometimes I'm not even.
Some people didn't grow up eating processed foods and it shows.
Yes. You didn't,
Some people didn't grow up poor and it shows.
and it shows. Yeah. It's not even that cheap either. But like, I don't know. I just like, sometimes I crave it. Sometimes I crave processed Parmesan cheese so bad, I will make pasta just so that I have a reason to eat the cheese. I don't even want the pasta, but I need yeah.
I don't know that I've ever had it in my apartment.
Really?
Yeah. I have there's a pasta that I make, but I'll do like the bag of pasta, but I put it all in at once.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyways, so I guess it's really not. I'm thinking I'm coming here with these like controversial opinions, and you're over here like, I've never even had Parmesan cheese.
Okay. This is not necessarily a controversial opinion, but like, I still to this day, what even is Bitcoin?
I couldn't tell you. Oh my god!
Like,
I think about
what
it all the
even
time.
is it? There's this huge, just group of people that are just like playing pretend with fake money, and
Is it?
they're
Yeah.
like pretend money.
Isn't there
You've got
another
your
thing?
pretend money NFTs.
Yeah.
It's like digital art.
Grow up.
There's one of the crypto bros just bought a banana taped to a wall as like an art thing. For it sold for like $5.4 million, and he was like, "No, I'll just eat the banana." And I'm like,
I still don't get it.
do you even have money? Like, I don't understand how you are you paying for things with Bitcoin? I went on a date
How do you
with
buy a
guy
Bitcoin?
once that was like huge into Bitcoin. I still don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Still don't.
Didn't that Haktua girl just like I don't know if anything is real at this point, but I keep seeing on Twitter that she like scammed people of like, or she made like $54 million overnight because of Bitcoin. I wish I could explain to you what happened, but I couldn't. And I don't know if it's real, but that's what, like, she did something and then like went to sleep. I guess she didn't know like how it worked, but I don't know if she gained the $54 million or just like scammed people from $54 million, or that may be the same exact thing. But I saw that on Twitter.
Up until like a month ago, I owned $100, which is just nothing really, in Bitcoin stock. Just because
you felt the pressure.
I don't know. There was just one day that I was like, oh, well, everybody's doing it. I feel like I should be doing this.
Is your brother doing it? I feel like it's a straight man thing.
If he's in Bitcoin or not. I doubt it. Because I told him that I went on a date with a Bitcoin guy and he was like, who? So maybe not. But it's just, I don't know how it works.
I'm also like not interested. I'm not interested at all.
I like want to understand, but I don't.
Yeah. I've never Googled like what
not going out of my way, I guess.
I don't think I've ever Googled what is Bitcoin. That's how uninterested I am.
I probably have.
Google shit that I am also uninterested in, I guess a little bit less than Bitcoin.
And Bitcoin, I think, is just like a small part of cryptocurrency. Like there's like a whole market of fake money.
Yeah. Isn't there like fake worlds and shit? I don't know.
You know what? Maybe one day when I have my AI boyfriend, we'll like talk about it. We'll set something up.
Yeah.
We'll join the fake world. We'll have it all worked out.
If Bitcoin's real, astrology's real.
Okay, well, I'm a believer in astrology before I'm a believer in Bitcoin. That's 100% sure.
Right. Anyway. Okay, I have another one.
Okay.
Christmas cards are stupid.
Oh, I love a Christmas card.
I knew you would.
I'm not the type to prep and go out of my way to like take a photo and do it. I would love to be that person, but I'm just not that level of prepared in my life as a whole.
Yeah.
But I love a card, period. I don't want it with just your picture on it and for it to come to my house and say happy holidays.
Okay.
But I want you to write something on it.
Okay, I'm talking about those ones. Like, don't send me a picture of your fucking kids. But
the thing is,
I've gotten a couple already and I love you guys, but I guess I'm not saying don't do it. I don't care if you do it. I will never do it, I don't think. And
it would be more meaningful and useful, I think, if that person didn't have social media, or B, social media didn't exist.
True.
Because now, like,
I see
these kids all the time. Yeah, and you post it on the internet.
Yeah.
So it's like, why did you even pay for this card if you're not going to write anything special on it?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anything new.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen, I think it's cute, and I'm sure it makes you feel really good. I guess when I see it, when I get it, I'm like, what a waste of fucking money. What a waste of fucking time. That's like my first reaction.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh, cute. But also, do you think I'm keeping it? Do you think I'm saving this?
We were talking about this the other day in regards to wedding invitations and just like how expensive wedding invitations are.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love you guys and I'd love to get invited, but I'm not keeping it.
Right. Why would you?
Why would you?
I know.
Which like blows my mind, because then I'm like, okay, well then why am I paying? One girl got quoted $10,000.
Bitch, just make a party
for invitations.
Make a party full. You can.
Honestly, I'm more likely to RSVP that way than one of my friends got really upset with me that I didn't mail back her RSVP. I was like, girl, you want me to go to the USPS? No.
Not the USPS.
No.
I'm sure there's something in your apartment building that you can send letters.
Yeah, well, too late now. Not doing it.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, I have one more controversial opinion.
I'm ready.
And it is, I'm not obsessed with being gay. And it's kind of like a two-parter. I don't know. I feel like, well, for one, a lot of gay men make it their entire personality that they're gay, but that's not necessarily what I mean. Like, that's like a whole other thing that, like, I'm sure is much more deep rooted than whatever. Why I said this is I can't stand when someone, typically a non-gay person, tries to relate to me based on the fact that I'm gay. Like, when someone's like, they're telling a story about a person, they're talking to me and they're telling a story about this person, they're like, and he's gay, and like looking at me, I'm like, okay, like, am I supposed to be like, oh my God, I'm more interested now because it's a gay person? Or like, there's this person that I know that like always sends gay content, like, and it's not even like about homosexuality. It's like, if something relates to like a penis, it gets sent my way, and it's like, because of course gay men like penis, but it's just like,
okay,
yeah, to me it's like almost homophobic that you're doing this. I'd rather you call me a slur at this point. Like, just be like, hey, faggot. Like, I'd rather you do that than just like, and look, I get most of them are probably trying to be really nice. They are trying to relate, but it's like, and that's why I mean, like, I'm not obsessed with being gay. So like, don't try to act like
person first.
Right. Like, don't try to act like I'm obsessed with my sexuality, because like, there's way more to me. And like, if you actually knew me, you would know that already. I'm not like this person that's just like, I don't even know.
There are plenty of other niches you can send me that would be relatable rather than like gay memes. Yeah. If anything, you probably don't identify as much with gay culture.
I mean,
not that you don't.
Yeah, and that's why I'm trying to like kind of like steer this like in a way where it's like, I'm proud to be gay. Like, I would choose gay every day. So would you, right? You said that the other week.
Facts.
I'm very proud to be gay. Like, I think it's pretty awesome, actually. But it's not my entire personality, and I don't want anyone to like get it confused that it is. And I guess the problem, I use the word problem loosely, is that a lot of gay people do make it their entire personality. You know, they like walk into the room and they're like, hi, I'm gay, and my name is so-and-so. It's like, I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you get annoyed when, and I see girls do this a lot, and it kind of makes me cringe in a way, but it's like just like I love, like, meet you, don't know anything about you, and you're like, oh, I love having a gay best friend.
Oh my God, do not get me started on gay best friend. I am not your gay best friend.
Yeah, especially not if you met 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's so gross to me. It's like homophobic.
It's kind of weird.
It's very weird. Like,
don't get me wrong, I love the gays, and I have lots of friends that are gays, but I'm not like, I don't think that that's come out of my mouth.
No, I mean, I don't know how you speak behind my back, but I don't think you say like, you know, Bryan, my gay best friend. Like,
no.
I would hope not. So, and I wouldn't expect you to. But like, to me, that is just so. But then again, some gays just don't care about that stuff. And maybe I care too much. I don't know. It's just like, we've come so far, and like, I'm not announcing you as my straight best friend, like, because that would be weird.
That would be weird.
So I think it's just as weird to call me your gay best friend. But I think it's just like one of those things that is like in culture. It's like, some people call it funny or think it's funny. I'm annoying in other ways than my sexuality. Like, you can identify.
You're my favorite horror movie freak.
Thank you. Thank you. That doesn't offend
Bryan, my horror movie freak friend.
Maybe it's like, maybe I should really talk to my therapist about that. Like, why does that piss me off?
Well,
you know,
now we're taking deep. Mm-hmm. We're unpacking on the pod.
Why does that piss me off? I don't know. I just feel like,
because there's more to you than that.
Yeah.
It would be like, it's like when guys talk to me only about fitness. I'm like, you don't actually care about anything else that has to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like something that is outward and kind of predominant. Like, I mean, it's low hanging fruit.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe it's also because like, you know, we've talked about this over and over again, how I'm not like the most sexually driven person. And I think a lot of like gay conversations and like when people are like, when they're like saying this is my gay best friend, what they're really saying is like, this is my friend who likes to get fucked in the ass. That's how I hear it.
Oh.
Rather than like my friend who like likes to fall in love with other men. Like I don't, you know what I mean?
Right.
Either way, it's like such a weird like identifier. I take it almost like that.
Whoa.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
But like, that's how I hear it.
That makes perfect sense though.
You know? So it's like, I don't want you to like, when someone introduces you to me, like you're automatically like going to like what I do in the bedroom.
That is interesting because if somebody was to say, oh, this is my straight friend, I'm like thinking of like, yeah, you're just like associating me with men. Mm-hmm. Weird.
Yeah. I think it's something to think about, guys. You know.
Anyway.
That's all the controversial shit that I have today.
Let's see. I've got some dumb ones. Mint chocolate is fucking gross.
Oh, you take me as a mint chocolate girl.
Interesting. I don't know how to take that.
Well, okay, I like mint chocolate. It's not like my favorite, but like I like a mint chocolate chip ice cream once in a while.
Listen, I'm never gonna not eat it, but I'm also like it's not.
Also, Thin
Would
Mints.
never get it.
Thin Mints.
I'll eat a Thin Mint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's mint chocolate.
It's different.
Oh.
But like mint chocolate flavored things.
What about those chocolates at Olive Garden?
No, not a huge fan.
Like I'm not gonna like have a bowl of them.
Mint chocolate ice cream.
Oh. Okay.
We'll never choose it.
Yeah.
We'll probably take a bite.
I agree. It is not my number one choice. It's not my number two choice either.
It's nowhere near the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Okay.
It's like one of like I don't like, maybe this is controversial, but I don't really like fruit mixed with my chocolate a lot of the time. Or sometimes fruit ruins a dessert for me. Like I love cheesecake, but when you put that like puree shit on top of it, I don't want it. Like
I love that.
Yeah.
I like fruit.
I also like love banana bread. Don't love chocolate chips in my banana bread.
Oh.
Because I don't know, fruit and chocolate do not mix for me.
Banana is so weird when you think about it. Like it's not really like a tarty sweet or a chocolatey sweet. It's just like so. It's just banana. Banana is banana.
Yeah, I love it though. Banana. Controversial opinion. Banana's my favorite flavor.
That is controversial.
I love banana. Her mom makes me banana cakes all the time.
So are you going to pick a yellow Starburst? Have we talked about that?
Oh, don't even get me started. Yellow is my favorite Skittle and favorite Starburst. Hands down.
That's crazy.
Watch this. My breakdown of Starburst. Yellow, orange, red, pink. You can have all the pink ones. And I know you want all of them because pink is your favorite, right?
I do. Are you calling me basic?
Everyone likes the pink ones. They're fun. I'm going to eat them all, but it's my least
Yellow
favorite.
That's such a crazy choice.
Mm-hmm. I bet you your order is probably backwards as mine.
We've talked about political, sexual, all these things. That's the wildest thing that's come out of your mouth.
I know. It's who I am. Define me by that, okay?
Call me the banana boy.
Yeah. I also just like the color yellow too. Is that controversial? It's
Yellow's fine.
Yeah, thanks.
Is yellow your favorite color?
You know, I've been saying that for years. Yellow is my favorite color, but I feel like I'm in my green phase. Yellow and green.
Isn't that crazy? I feel like I've always said purple is my favorite color, which I do love purple, but it feels kind of hard to backtrack on that.
I know.
Once you get to a point, I'm like, wait. Now if I tell people that I love purple, they're like, you don't wear anything purple. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I still like it.
Yeah, I don't wear yellow.
Yeah. I would say mine is probably red. I'm in a red era at this point in my life. Or blue. Like royal blue.
Green. I love like all shades of green. Besides like lime. I don't like that.
So just like normalize going through different color phases.
Yes.
I'm just going to tell every person that I date from here on out that it's a different color and just see which one sticks best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
speaking of a little bit of a pivot, but I did go to a singles event on Sunday, so I'm out there.
Proud of you. Did you go by yourself?
No.
Oh.
I went with my friend Taylor, and then my client was also one of the girls that was running it.
Okay.
So no, if I was going by myself, I wouldn't have gone.
Not as proud of you as I was 20 seconds ago.
That's okay. Well, first of all weekend long, I was doing a kettlebell certification. It was like 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. So it's just, I was out a lot. And I got hit on while I was there. A guy asked for my Instagram. It was some jabroni.
Oh, not at the certification,
This was at the certification. At the certification.
Oh.
I got hit on, but.
Not cute.
He was fine. He's just like a bro. Like.
Yeah, I don't think the guy you're going to be with is a meathead.
Yeah.
And a gym guy.
He tried to intimidate me as we were sitting there. Everybody was nervous going into it because you like have to take this test at the end. And we had a manual and I was reading it. And he goes, there's going to be a written test at the end. And I said, okay. He goes, no, I'm serious. You better read it front to back. There's going to be a written test at the end. I said, okay, cool. And then he fell in love with me. So really, maybe that's the secret. And then went to the singles event. There was one guy who, one of his first openers, he asked us what we did for a living. We told him.
Hate that question.
Yeah, it's just whatever. And then we asked him and he goes, I'm a human trafficker. He thought that he ate with that. He was giggling on the inside.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh, okay. And he goes, I'm just kidding. I'm a headhunter. I'm telling you, I'm like written off. Then
I'm uncomfortable.
We go and find another corner with the one guy in the room with a mullet where I was like, dibs. So we're all standing in a circle chatting, and this same guy comes up and he starts telling me about like all of the recipes, his mom's recipes that he's been making. And I'm just like,
I'm bored.
Rock on, dude. That's awesome. And then he goes, so can I have your phone number? We're standing in a group. And then there's this girl that I'd never met before. And she just kind of locked eyes with me. And I was like, fuck. Taylor's standing beside me. And she goes, I hate that for her. And I didn't want to reject him in a group setting. So we
really
exchanged phone numbers. And then the girl that I didn't know, she goes, do you like Taylor Swift? And I was like, oh my God, I love Taylor Swift. So we started chatting and then he walked away. She goes, I knew that would get him. And that is girlhood.
Yes, that's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
Oh my God. So he has your number though?
He texts me to get on my calendar, but he also lives in Jersey and I'm pretty sure I'm going to ghost him. Like there's really no other option.
I think controversial opinion, ghosting is in that sense is like not wrong in any at all.
If I got ghosted in that way, I'd have my answer.
Right.
I think I'd have my answer. It shouldn't leave him with any questions whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah.
Going back to like you were saying, the opener was like, or a lot of people were asking like, oh, what do you do? Hate that question. Also because it doesn't define me. Unless you have like a really, really interesting job. I think it's just like meh. But I was watching a TikTok, I think it was just last night, and they were talking about this exact thing, like on a first date, like instead of asking, what do you do? You frame it like, are you working on anything? Like, are you working on any cool projects? Or like, are you working on anything fun? Like something like that. So that like the person can tell you about a project that they're working on, which, you know, tells you what they do, but also like gives them the opportunity whether or not they want to tell you what they do. Or it doesn't have to be work related. Like if someone asks me, are you working on anything fun, any cool projects? I could talk about my podcast, you know?
Yeah.
I don't have to, you know what I mean? And then it gives you like the next time you see them, you could be like, you could ask them something specific. Like, oh, like how's the podcast going? Like, how did that? Something
that they're actually excited about.
Right.
Not like, oh, how's work?
Yeah.
Or I would just be like, it's whatever.
Right.
It's work.
I think that was like good advice.
Ooh, yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take that onto my next journey, whatever it is.
Wait, so how was the guy with the mullet?
He was really great. Really endearing. He asked for my Instagram, which I was just kind of like, Okay.
It's better than the Snapchat.
Yeah. Well, I think we're both a little too old for Snapchat, but he was really nice. I don't know. He hasn't asked me out, so
So there's something wrong with him.
we'll see if that happens. If it doesn't, then
Yeah. Rock on.
rock on.
Well, hopefully we find out by next week on the season finale of Dumb and Broke.
Wow. Season finale.
What's your, we'll say that for next week. I was going to say, what's your New Year's resolution?
Ooh.
Do we do those? Did we shit on those a few weeks ago?
I'm a resolutioner. So
Okay. Well,
yeah, I'll come up with a good
think
one.
long and hard, and we'll let you guys know next week.
Okay.
All right.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.